Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about model introduction videos and a few of the different types, and I'm just going to give you a basic rundown of the most popular introduction type videos for models and what that entails. And then at the end I will also give you an example. And just as a reminder, if you're watching this in March of 2022, that your introduction video will be due in April. So I will make sure to put the text on the screen here because I can't remember it off the top of my head when it's due. But yeah, these will be featured on your websites with your portfolio on that's listed on the Schwartz Media website. So that's what the purpose is, but it's also for training and everything like that for you guys as well. So it's something that if you do plan on having a more traditional modeling career, that you will probably be asked one day to provide. This way you have you already have the knowledge of what to expect and what you need to do when that time comes. So I have my little clipboard here and we're just gonna go run through it. So let's talk about why we need modeling introduction videos and what that kind of entails, and when do we use them. So there's two different types of these introduction videos. The one we're going to be talking about is usually referred to as an introduction video, and it's mainly used for agencies. So when you're applying to different agencies, or maybe you're going to work with another agency, a personality video is sometimes required and sometimes it's optional. But if it is optional, being able to send one in with your application will make you stand out from the rest. So it's definitely something you want to know how to do, and it's pretty easy. The other type of introduction video is typically used for casting, and it's usually referred to as a casting video. Sometimes it's taken at the actual casting itself, and sometimes they ask you to send one in beforehand. It just depends on the company you're working with or the agency you're working with, etc. So those videos are usually really short and really professional, and it's basically a video version of your digitals. So it'll be basically your name, your age, what agency you're with or working with, and maybe some profile shots, and that's about it for casting videos. So let's go ahead and talk about the modeling introduction videos, which is what we're going to be doing today. So first of all, what is included in an introduction video? So there's a few different things that are included in the introduction video. Usually you definitely want to say your name, your age, where you're based in, your height, the type of modeling you do, that could be optional, and also if you're with an agency. So that could just look something like, "Hi, my name is Amber Schwartz. I'm 26 years old, based in Cortez, Colorado. I'm 5'11". I love to do editorial type modeling and editorial shoots, and I'm with Schwartz Models." Just something like that is just an example of that portion of the video. That should usually start out your video. Now, with introduction videos, we really want to see your personality shine through and see who you are as a person, and that's kind of the point. So it's really important for agencies to not only see who you are on the outside, of course, but also on the inside, so that they can determine if you would be a good fit for their agency. So that's why we do introduction videos. So let's kind of get into that. So what else do we include besides our introduction, our name, our age, things like that? Well, think of it as introducing yourself to a new friend or a new person. You definitely want to keep this professional, and that's the thing I see with personality videos, where people kind of go astray, is that they take the term personality, the word personality, and take it a little bit too far. You definitely want to let your personality shine through and show them what makes you stand out as a person, but we do want to remain professional. So just remember that you don't have to be super serious like I'm talking right now, but you do want to be professional, kind of like a job interview, but you want to make sure that your personality shines through. So you can talk about your passions, your hobbies, what you like to do, things of that nature. So that's kind of what we're gonna have you talk about in your introduction video, along with the basic stats of who you are, your name, your age, etc. Okay, so that is kind of the introduction video topics in a whole. And again, I will give an example at the end of this video, so just remember that if you're forgetting a few things at this point in the video, it's okay. So let's talk about the video itself. Okay, so a nice quick video is totally fine. It doesn't need to be long. It can be anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute or 2 minutes. Something on the shorter side is going to be good. So I would recommend around a minute, if you can go that long, something like that. So maybe 45 seconds. We'll see. Those are the types I've typically seen, are about 45 seconds to a minute. And I have seen a few that are about a minute and 30 or 30 seconds. So anywhere from in that range is probably good. But if you do this in the future, you can always ask the if they have any requirements for their introduction videos, but just keep that in mind. So you want to make sure that you have natural hair and makeup. That doesn't mean that your hair can't be styled. For me, like today, my hair is straight. Naturally, I do have some waves in it, but typically it's pretty straight. So I did style it today. It's looking a little crazy because I just worked. But this would be my natural hair. You don't want to wear like a beanie covering your hair. You want to show what your hair looks like just as on a normal basis, just like your digitals. You also want to do natural makeup. So for example, my makeup today would be too heavy for my introduction video because I am wearing foundation and blush and fake eyelashes. So we'd want something a little bit more natural. For my example video, I will take off my lashes just to kind of give a more natural look, but please note that you would like to wear less makeup than me right now. Think about digitals and how much makeup you might wear in digitals, preferably none. You might put some concealer, might fill in your brow just a tiny bit, but you keep things very natural. And that's the same thing you would like to do, or you would want to do in an introduction video. Simple clothing that reflects you. So something that's nice and neat and clean is going to be good. Something that's just basic but maybe trendy is a really good option. So I will change my top to show you guys an example of that. You don't need to wear black or white, and I would say my suggestion would be to wear something that is more form-fitting, but you don't have to. So that's kind of your discretion. Just make sure again that it's semi-professional in terms of the modeling world. Let's see. And then another note I want to add in here is that you want to end your video with some profile shots. So just like in your digitals, you don't just take one photo from the front, you take one from this side, you might put your hair up, something like that. So you want to do that at the end of the video, and I will show you an example of that as well. Some personal recommendations and advice would be to use natural light. I'm using natural light right now. And as you can see, even though I do have makeup on, it does, like I said, it's after 2 p.m. right now. I just worked. And I was cleaning. So in real life, I don't look as matte and as clean, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like I just did my makeup and hair right now. In real life, it's the natural light just giving me a nice glow, a nice soft complexion, even lighting. You can see my features. I don't have shadows on my face. So I do recommend using natural light if you can, or if you can use a ring light or anything like that, that would be good too. And if you can't use natural light or a ring light, you don't have a ring light or something, I recommend going outside and filming it. Find a plain-ish black background. It doesn't have to be as plain as your digitals. Like for me right now, this would probably be an okay setup. Personally, because I have access to equipment I can use, I probably would do something a little bit more plain than this, but this could work. So don't get so caught up on the location of your introduction video, because if you're speaking from the heart and you're being yourself and you're doing all the things you're supposed to, it's going to turn out great. And then another recommendation is to, when you're sending it to agencies, to upload it to YouTube and send the link to it if you can. If you're applying on an agency's website and they have a place for you to upload it onto the website, then that's great, onto the application, that's great. But I highly, highly recommend that you upload it to YouTube so that you have a link that you can always refer to, as long as you have the same hair color and everything, and the same information applies, like your age, that you can send off really easily, and it's easily accessible. Something that I think that people who don't necessarily work in any kind of tech field, it doesn't even have to be tech based, but something that requires technology, is that attachment sending can be difficult. And I can guarantee you that in the agency world, if you send an attachment that does not load, or it takes too long to load, or if it's too big, or if it didn't attach right, they will skip your application and find someone better. They will not give you a second chance. They will not email you and say the attachment isn't working, because they just don't have the time for that, or the patience for that. So I highly recommend having a link that you can send so it's really easy to click on and view, because most people aren't going to take the time to nag or ask. So those are my recommendations. Now I'm going to show you an example of an introduction video, and just to go over the outline one more time with you. This is used typically for agencies. You want to have listed in the introduction video your name, your age, where you're based at, your height, the type of modeling you do, that could be optional, and if you're with an agency. You want to be introducing yourself as like to a new friend, but in a professional way. Make sure that your personality shines through and that you're uniquely you, because the point of this video is to stand out from the rest. So let that be known. Share your passions, share your hobbies, share anything like that. End with some profiles and your hair up, and try to get a workable link for that video as well. I would recommend YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into the example. Hi there, my name is Amber Schwartz. I'm 26 years old and I'm based out of Cortez, Colorado. I am 5'11" and I primarily shoot editorials. I'm with Schwartz Models and I've been with them now for about 2 years. Some of my hobbies and passions include photography. I've been a photographer for over 10 years now. I love it so much and I could talk about it all day long. I love learning photography, I love teaching photography, but most of all, I love expressing myself through my artwork and through my photography. I also love sketching and wood burning and graphic design. Some fun facts about me: I'm a natural redhead. I come from a family of almost entirely redheads, and I didn't dye my hair the darker color until I was 25 years old, so it's still a little bit new to me. But I have loved being a part of the redhead community, and that's always been something that's very near and dear to my heart. And I'm also a high school cheerleading coach, which is another one of my passions. I love working with these young women and being a leader for them, and just helping them through their high school career, and being there for them is a really big passion of mine, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So I hope that helps for you to get to know me better, and I hope that we meet in person and get to know each other even more. And now I'm going to show you my profiles.